Senior Asia Rivers. And now for the basketball managers. Alon Frazier. The Georgia High School Association and its member schools have made a commitment to practice sportsmanship at all the Georgia High School Association meetings. Profanity, grave remarks, and intimidating actions directed at the officials and competitors will not be tolerated and grounds for removal for being silent. Spectators are not allowed to enter the competition area during warm-ups while the contest is being conducted. We'd like to thank you for your cooperation in tonight's game between the Whitewater Wildcats and your Jonesboro Nobles. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's competition between the Whitewater Wildcats and the Jonesboro Cardinals. At this time, would you please stand, remove your hats, and remain standing as the colors are presented this evening by the Jonesboro Junior ROTC. Remain standing as Atlanta United country singer and longtime Jonesboro Cardinal Paul Cook sings the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight are the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and
This is where we take no prisoners. This is our time. This is our game. This is our house. This is Jonesboro.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Clayton State University. All right, ladies and gentlemen. You can work as much as you can to hope everything works well at the moment of the time you go live, and then things decide to freeze up for a second. I'm Bowman Michael with Score Sports. We're going to get this tip-off started here. Jonesboro in the white, Whitewater in the gray. Glad to have everybody with us. Start of the game here, senior night at Clayton State University, home of the Lakers and the Jonesboro Cardinals. The girls' game went late. It was a very exciting matchup between both teams. The Cardinals, Lady Cardinals, were able to come out victorious, which is always a plus when it gets around the end of the season, where every win really counts in the old record book. This particular game seats two teams that are kind of going in different directions right now. One team, meaning the Jonesboro Cardinals, are on a 9-game winning streak. We've seen several. We haven't seen them lose in 2019, so that's a nice way to go about doing it. And cap it all off, we got senior night coming out tonight. Great ball movement from Whitewater, unable to put it in. Going to get their first foul on the line. It looks like on Whitewater's number 1, Morel Robinson, was fouled. No. We're going to try to get that balloon moved down here in a minute. We'll see what happens. I'll go down and ask. My cameraman just nudged me and said, is there any way we can get that balloon down? I'll see what we can do. 2 points go on the board. Out of bounds. Clock's going to stop. Been one of those things, been nice if you'd have got a hold of me before the game started to say, hey, can you get that down? Driving in the lane, and there we go. Looks like Bryce was able to put it back in, which is great. Everything seems to be working as best as possible, or as worse as possible. After the first time out, I'll go down and see what I can do about getting that balloon at least moved over to another spot. Sorry for that, blocking a lot of people's views here early in the game. Jonesboro comes in, three-pointer from Whitewater, comes in with a 14-8 record. Deep three from Deshaun, count it. A 7-3 lead here early. They did play earlier in the season to help start this whole 9-game winning streak. Out of bounds. Going to let the clock roll a little bit. Got behind, pressing certain buttons. 5:53 on the clock. We'll still be a little bit behind, but not too bad with the clock ticking away. Tomorrow night, Jonesboro takes on the Griffin Bears at Griffin. Basket good. Tip-off is 7:30. There will be no internet feed, no live streaming on that particular game. Our next live streaming event will be next Friday versus the McIntosh Chiefs at McIntosh. Deep three. Let's call it money on that, keeping them in the game with 2 3-pointers early here in the first quarter. Overall wise, Whitewater sits at a 7-11 record, 2-6. Oh, as I'm looking at the basketball for the girls, you gotta love that and switch that. Bryce in the lane, gonna go to the line to shoot. First basket's no good. First basket is good. I'm multitasking with the best of them. Rice is doing a great job from the rebounding line, and he's shooting right around 65% from the free throw line. Misses the second. But we're able to recover our rebound, which is a plus. Reach-in foul. That'll be the second foul of the night. I'll get things caught up here in a minute. Actually, the third team foul. I'm working about 7 different angles here and doing the best I can with what I don't have. They'll inbound is from underneath. Deshaun trying to find the open man. Gives it out to Robinson. And away we go, setting back up from the top. A rowdy, large group, especially right at the very beginning with the whole senior night festivities. It's lessened a little bit. I'll get into whole region information here in the second quarter. Deep three from Deshaun. Count it, money. 13-6. One thing that was in particular was brought to my attention that here at Clayton State, the three-point line is not, it's set on a college level, not a high school level, and that has caused major rifts across the board for everybody that's been involved in it. It will have to be fixed before the state playoffs start up. However, as of right now, everybody's on an even playing field, so we let it be. And what I mean by that is that the arc, the top of the key is where, deep three, would be where the line would go. Dakota's pushing it out, sending Chris to the line, and he was able to drill it on home with a nice layup. Great strength and effort following through on that fast break point. Once again, glad to have everybody with us here. I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports. He was on the line, probably should have counted it as a three-pointer, but hey. Deep three from Dakota off the mark. Chris is pushing the way in. Robinson gets the rebound. Looks like they want to call 3 seconds. Whitewater basketball. Whitewater comes in with a 10-12 record versus Jonesboro's 14-8. Region-wise, they're sitting right at 3-6. When I give that whole region concept, I mean, we can flash it up on the board when need be, and you can see where everybody is kind of sitting put on the region-wise. Probably some more crazy information than I expected to get was the whole breakdown of timeout here. Give me a chance to get everything kind of straight here with the first timeout of the game. I want to say congratulations once again to the seniors. And I appreciate our sponsors. But probably the most interesting thing, kind of have a chance to breathe for a second with this timeout, 2:59 on the clock, is the fact that whoever the #1 seed is out of Region 3, 5A gets an automatic advance to the state tournament, meaning that they automatically jump straight into the semifinal games versus that they don't have to play themselves in. Felt that finding that information out kind of blew my mind a little bit. Wasn't expecting that, did not know this because mostly it's an odd number of teams, so that's why they lay it out that way. So in that situation, the #1 seed will not play until the Thursday of the tournament. That could be a good thing and a bad thing, but at least you're promised deep three from Ellerby. Off the mark, Bryce tried to get the rebound, was unsuccessful. Height-wise, we are definitely and better height advantage here tonight. We'll see how that plays into when he gets into tournament play. Trying to figure out where that foul came from. Go to the line to shoot two. We do have the band here tonight, so anytime we jump into overtime or jump into the change, they'll get up there and blare that music, so we'll always have an opportunity to sit back and enjoy it, so that's nice. Probably the most interesting game tonight that will depict what might happen in this region, since we are tied with Fayette County going into the region tournament, is a game tonight versus Stars Mill. It tips off at 8:30. I'll kind of keep my eyes on it as much as I can. Give you all updates as time goes on. It is Friday night, January 25th. Going to be a little chilly outside, especially towards the latter half or the earlier part of next week. Lewis Manuel is in the game. Also have Quinn Thomas with the deep three off the mark. Bryce trying to get the rebound. Not have proper position to get there. We're under 2 minutes here. Oh, he went for it. I like the energy on Whitewater side. Quinn didn't go up strong enough, not Quinn, but Lewis didn't go up strong enough to get that out of bounds. We're going to call it jump ball. With 1:42 on the clock. Fouls are all tied up, 3-3. Once again, a reminder, once they get over 7 fouls, that it is into the bonus we go. Not a great pass. Going to call it another jump ball. And we'll definitely, at halftime, I'll wait to halftime to get that there, get the attention of the balloon. It's not causing too much struggles at this point. Have to be aware of the clock. They're pulling what we call a bow on the clock here. And away we go. 15-9 here. Deep three. In the basket it goes, 15-12. Under 1 minute or so left in the first quarter. I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports. Glad to have you with us here. Final home, regular season home game for the Cardinals. Love to see a couple of home games in the playoffs. We'll see how that actually plays out. Gonna wait for the final shot. Out to Lewis. Nails it. And that's going to be all the time. Almost off the mark. About 8 seconds left. So we'll get this clock arranged out and hand it over to the band. I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports, and we'll be right back. Coming out of the first quarter, 18-12, a lot of actions happened. To be honest with you, I was very impressed with the overall outcome of the game and the energy level from Whitewater versus Jonesboro. And the clock is ticking. We did start a little bit late in the ball game, but that's okay. See what happens here. Walker possibly walked right there. Sometimes he has the tendency to take a little extra step as he goes. Three seniors are on the court right now. 0 Ellerby, Manuel, and Walker. Once again called a jump ball. 7:21 on the clock. They'll rebound it in again. Whitewater ball. Looks like we're going to pick up that defense and that pressure again. Out of bounds. Strip of the ball. Our next broadcast will be next Friday night, a week from tonight, at McIntosh High School, playing the Chiefs, getting ready for region play. We really won't know how everything kind of plays out 18-14 until those final games are taken care of next Friday. Deep three from Quinn off the mark. He's able to get his rebound with the tip-off from Calvin. Walker's thinking about it as well. Everybody wants a little bit of option in the three-point. Oh, my goodness. He did everything he could to keep that plant foot in there. Another foul on Jonesboro. Makes number 4 for the night so far. And the clock is running. Sometimes I move a little slow with it. At halftime, I will venture down to see if we can get that B move, since Jonesboro will be flipping the side of the court and Jonesboro's main action will be down here. Go to the line to shoot 2. Got an and 1 out of the situation. 18-16. Just like the game on Tuesday, we're keeping them in it, keeping it close. See if he's able to connect here. Rebound, Jonesboro. Ever since Friday, or last week, I'll say last Friday, we haven't really seen an intensity. They're definitely going to call a walk there. There was a walk somewhere, just don't know where it was. We'd probably blame the whole entire Jonesboro Cardinal team at that point for walking. This will be our first opportunity to take a visit to Griffin High School. It's kind of nice that we get to go play at Griffin a week away from when the region tournament's going to kind of get started. I feel like that is definitely into Jonesboro's advantage. Many moons ago, they played a region tournament there. I would say probably roughly about 4 years ago when they were in a different region before everything kind of got shuffled throughout the decks. Walker's trying to drive in. He's able to put the body into it and get the points. 20-16, increases it back to 4. I like what Whitewater's doing right now, keeping them very close in the game, not making some ill-advised turnovers. They're playing smart basketball. Good. He's going to get a walk on that one, but it was a good pass. 20-16. Once again, Jonesboro's on a 9-game winning streak. I cannot say that enough. I'm very proud of this team based on how much they've grown since the early part of the 2018-2019 season. November and December were rough 2 months for Coach Melman and the Cardinals. Had to do a lot of growing. 3. Count it. Walker's got the last 5 points for the Cardinals. Thank you again for tuning in here. I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports, bringing you Jonesboro basketball. One more game in the regular season, then we'll head over to the region tournament. Heck, I'm having trouble seeing it with the ball up in the air. Bryce with the rebound. We'll go the other way with Dakota. Feels like some of these seniors I've seen forever. Mr. Walker, Mr. Dakota, very much so. The rest of the gentlemen from a senior class, deep 3 from Quinn, off the mark. I'm just beginning to get to know them this year, and they'll be moving on. We've got a good crop of JV sitting in the wings, so I'm happy to see that and what that could offer. Remember last year, deep 3, in and out. Good rebound from Dakota. He's going to take it all up the court. He was trying for the last 8 points. Bryce with a nice putback. And just like that, we've got a 9-point lead. Coach going to have to think about for Whitewater to maybe possibly take a timeout. Good hustle. Yeah, had to leave that on the court. Jonesboro's going to call a quick timeout here. And with that, we'll jump in a little bit and kind of talk about the region tournament. Once again, it is happening at Griffin High School. Action's going to start off on that Tuesday, February 5th, and go all the way through that Friday. Region 3 5A tournament. Should be very interesting to see what actually happens. Reminder, our next broadcast will be a week from this today, February 1st, Jonesboro at McIntosh, 7:30 will be the tip-off. We have not televised out of McIntosh yet. Unsure whether we'll be able to get any receptions, but hopefully we'll be able to give you some feedback very quickly if we can't. And I'll post it out there for us so we're aware of that. 3:17 on the clock, a 9-point lead. Jonesboro took the timeout, so we'll take that off. Both teams have 5 timeouts remaining. Mr. Robinson, a junior, had all these things set up for free throws and information, and it's good. Bryce driving in the lane. Ellerby trying to give a little action. Felt like he was trying to put that ball back very hard. Under 3 minutes here in the first half. A fast, lovable first half. Off the mark for Whitewater. Great effort from Chris. 11-point lead, steal from Dakota. Lobs it in. And here comes our defense being a little stronger than usual. Like that. We're definitely not pressing as much. I like the little guard from Whitewater. He's able to find the open man as he's dribbling. Yes, count it. Robinson will go to the line to shoot. I always enjoy when I can get somebody up there and I'm like, hey, let's throw those graphics up there. I mean, he's a 52% free throw shooter, so no telling if this is going to happen or not. And we're going to count it. Nice. Give him 1 point. 32 to 18. I'll stop the clock. Got excited about out of bounds. We have 2:10 on the main clock. I'll wait till we get caught up here. We start things up this way. Dakota looking for a shot off the mark. Bryce wasn't able to time that jump to where that ball was going to be, and that's okay. Everybody's tagged up with fouls. However, right now, Whitewater has their 6th foul against them. Next one will go into the bonus to shoot a 1-and-1. Don't like the foul call at all. That's the one thing I don't really want to see us get into is any type of foul trouble. At that 140 mark here in the quarter, now they're all saying who's in the bonus and who's not. They gave the wrong foul to the wrong team, which jumps them into the bonus right now. We will not be streaming live tomorrow at Griffin, fairly for 2 different reasons. One, I'm driving back from Hoover, Alabama, and not sure if I'm going to make it back in time. It was something that was scheduled before they did this switch, and unable to get out of it. If I do get back, I might hustle down there just to see what I can do. Misses the second free throw. Tied him up. 32 to 19. Trying to get to that 90-second mark. 8:43 Eastern Standard Time. On Tuesday, we were coming to the end of the game. It was a fast game on Tuesday with Stars Mill. Not a lot of fouls called, and it was moving and going. But I like what Whitewater's bringing to the table. I mean, they're sitting right there in the middle of this region, and I know that they're trying to figure out who they want to battle in the tournament and trying to get that 3rd or 4th spot. Hopefully we will not give up the 1 seed or the 2 seed in the tournament. I'd like to see Fayette County and Jonesboro battle it out on Friday night, February 8th. I'd be very excited about that. Goodness. Bring out all the bells and whistles for that experience. He was able to find his man, 21-32, trying to get it under 10 here. 45 seconds, give or take, remaining here in the first half. I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports. 10 minutes will be on the clock. Listen to the sights and the sound of the band, and I'll see if I can get that balloon to come down before the second half starts. They look like they're going to try to wait for that final shot. Walker over to Dakota. Going to call a walk with roughly, I got no time remaining on my clock, but there's at least 2 seconds on the main clock. I don't know what that's all about. They're not going to call any foul. Felt like he just kind of threw himself into that, and he was hoping to get a foul out of it, especially since both teams are in the bonus right now. No shot. We're going to say they're going to wave it off. No good. No good. So with that, we'll go to halftime. Sit back and listen to the sights and sounds of the band. let's get this thing started. Tips in, and here we go. Once again, glad to have everybody with us here at Clayton State University, home of the Lakers and the Jonesboro Cardinals, at least for one more game. This is it. This is the regular season finale here at Clayton State University. I've enjoyed it. I appreciate them opening their doors, having us come out. Bryce will go to the line to shoot 2. He's able to get the first one. That's a plus right there. If I was quick on the draw, though, I would have had his name up there, but I was more excited at just making sure I had everything working correctly, getting us back into the third quarter of play. Hopefully you enjoyed the music. As you notice, we were able to get the balloon down. I didn't pop it. It's still sitting there. He's able to drain both of them. Great job, 34-21, and the clock is ticking. See, we're going to open up with some press, which is a plus. We haven't seen much of that. Oh, you can't hang on the goal like that. That's against the rules. Not allowed to have that. It's against, I like the idea. I appreciate the effort, but you can't do it. Not allowed. Once again, the Griffin Bears will host the Jonesboro Cardinals tomorrow night, 7:30. The game will not be streamed live. It's going to call a walk on Mr. Robinson. Cuckoo Cuckoo. 34-21. We'll get ready for action in 2 weeks to head down there to Griffin and do the region tournament. Looking forward to that. I'm not lying. It'd be fun to actually just do the whole entire tournament. Oh, goodness. A lot of jumping up and down. They're going to call a foul. Whitewater will go to the line to shoot 2. That's the second team foul. Or the first team foul on Jonesboro. Everybody's got at least one team foul to begin with. 34-21 here. It's an interesting matchup right now when we talk about the region. The region has Whitewater at 3-6, McIntosh 3-6, and Griffin 4-5. There's definitely a lot of misses both. What are we going to call? Lane violation. We're going to shoot another. Gets one more shot. Jonesboro went across the line before he was able to shoot the ball. Glad everybody can tune in with us tonight on a Friday night. Not a lot of stuff going on except it being a little cold. And he finally was able to get that basket in. That was a nice little long floater of a ball. Coach Melman leads the Jonesboro off the mark right there, trying to shoot a deep 3. Coach Melman leaves the Jonesboro Cardinals into region tournament play next week. Good hands on Ellerby and Robinson out to Dakota. Deshaun's thinking about it, but he'll pass it back out. I like the way this team's working overall-wise, offense and defense, but they playing as a team. I always write down key matchups, what's the keys to the game, and I really have to say turnaround jumper from Dakota Good is that it has to be playing team basketball. 36-22, comfortable 14-point lead with another turnover from Whitewater. They're playing keep away, and Dakota's just having a great game, enough they're going to call timeout. Get a little breather. That's going to be Whitewater calling that timeout. Dropping them down to 5. It's not a way you want to kind of jump out, but, we look at this region matchup, and I've already turned off my iPad here. I'll try to turn it back on to see if anybody's reporting the Fayette County Stars Mill game, but that's going to be the big indicator. I cannot say if Stars Mill is able to upset Fayette County, that's going to put us in a sole first place lead in the region with 2 games remaining against Griffin and versus McIntosh. But why that's so important, I will have to say, is that if we can be the #1 seed, we get a bye automatically in the state playoffs. We don't play that dreaded Tuesday/Wednesday game where if you lose, your whole season's for naught, even if you're a first-place team or a second-place team. I was able to pull it up here. I'll check in here in just a minute. Out of bounds. As I spin through everything to kind of see what the scores are, we'll give a little update across the board. We are playing a little bit later than everybody else, but it looked like a great block from Chris. Skied over him and blocked it from the backside. Nice indeed. We have going to the line to shoot 2. Nobody's clocking in the score that I can see for the Jonesboro, for the Stars Mill Fayette County game. It is in progress. Nobody's volunteered to be the live scorer. Makes the second basket. 23-38. Here in the third quarter at the University Clayton State, home of the Lakers. Bryce pushes it through the line. I can only say this enough. If you go back and watch some old footage of the first couple of games in 2018 out of bounds, you would see how much this team has come about since their trip down to Tifton. Looking for their shots. Oh, Ellerby went for the steal, went for the block, and he's going to get fouled on that one. He'll go to the line to shoot 3. It's kind of not necessarily a great foul right there. Glad everybody was able to enjoy the band at halftime. He's able to make the first basket. He's able to drain the second. He's going to hit all 3. Just been nice to give him the three-pointer to begin with, you know. $15-point lead. Looks like it might get down to 14 here. Yes, he drained all 3. Great effort. Got to learn to stop that clock. Got too much stuff going on my brain. So we'll let the clock catch up. It's right around 5:12 remaining here in the third quarter. Deep 3 from Dakota. Having a great last senior game here at home versus the Wildcats of Whitewater. He walked so bad, and they didn't even call it. I don't know how I feel about that, people. 4:50 on the clock. We're about to kick the clock up and start it running again. Sorry about my delayed brain. Going to call a foul on Jonesboro. Looks like Robinson with the foul. It'll be a non-shooting foul. That's our fourth. They're going to call it on. They're blowing whistles left and right. I'm doing my best just to kind of keep up with it. Good crowd here tonight. I know they've been thinking about, hey, if we did have a state playoff game, we would be able to accompany all the fans that are needed. I think the answer is definitely yes. The nice thing that they do here at Clayton State, they bring the bleachers, and they bring additional bleachers out, and they put them behind the goal. And that's a lot of fun. Look forward to that definitely being a possibility. I know that we're going to have to win the region to really hope to get 2 home games. That would just be great before we'd have to go on the road. I expect good things out of this team heading into the playoffs. I'm not trying to even, I don't want to sit there and say that they're going to win the region, but I'd love to see our first time in this tournament, first time in this region this year to come out victorious, 43-30. Under 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. It's going very smoothly here. Trying not to actually stay focused on the game, not to put too much animation. Boy, did he walk. I know he might have kept his pivot foot down, but whew. Dakota. That was pretty. That was what we call butter. That was a nice butter shot right there. And you got the swat of the backboard by the opponent, and the ball still went in. Another basket, 45-32. I'll take them swapping baskets back and forth all day. Got a twisted ankle on the Whitewater side. He'll go out and get it mended and see if he's able to come back in. Hope he's okay, especially with about a week and a half waiting for a region tournament play. Don't want to see anybody get injured. Ellerby's trying to find, and he was able to find Quinn, and away we go. (45-32). I feel like we're in control, but we're definitely having to stay focused. The seniors are, one of the hardest things to do is you want to win on senior night. You want the if you're a junior, you want your seniors to go out victorious. I don't. The one thing I'd like to see happen is, in many ways, we weren't very. Oh, great shot from Brandon. Count it. They go to the line, shoot one or shoot. See if he's able to punch it in here. 57% free throw shooter going to the line. I had him counted an and one situation. I apologize. He actually was going to the line to shoot 2. He didn't get the and one. I was just overly excited about trying to. He misses the second. He was 2 for 1. 2:38 on the clock. 32-46. We are definitely picking up our defense. Out of bounds. Everybody's got 4 fouls for both teams. Slowing down on that. The old brain power got enough things to press. Appreciate our sponsors stepping in tonight. And they're on the run. Going to call a foul. It's going to be our 5th team foul. Don't like going all the way down there getting fouls. Prolongs the game. The inevitable, one might say, the inevitable. From a free throw percentage, we're sitting right around 65%. Hit the tip of the rim right there for Whitewater. Is no good. 2:32 on the clock. It's always that witching hour. I'm beginning to get hungry. I try to hold that appetite a little bit. I've had one meal today. I've done a good job of watching my weight. As I eat my food, I watch it. That's about all I can offer. knock out the first. Third quarter, Manuel, nice. Even if he took a couple more steps than maybe need be. I liked when he tucked his shoulder. Manuel plays baseball for the Cardinals as well. I was looking to get some information on him. This was his first year playing basketball. Great effort from Whitewater. They're just not going to go away. It's a 13-point lead. And you can just feel that, you know, offense is going to be needed in a consistent manner. Quinn from downtown has only got 1 3-pointer so far tonight. 90 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. We will have a word from our sponsors going into the fourth quarter. We will appreciate their efforts in helping Jonesboro be all they can be. Deep three, in and out. 48-35. 6 and 4 from the team foul perspective. Not careful, we could hang out in the free throw line in the fourth quarter. It's not something I'm looking forward to with 9:12 on the clock. Good dish from Manuel. Robinson was trying to do what we do, an old okey doke. Going to call a foul. He'll go to shoot the line and get that 1 and 1. We knew this was coming. Wish we'd have not been able to do that and kind of hold back a little bit. Call that he stepped across the line as well. Was able to get that shot back that he missed. 37-48 here. Waning seconds of the third quarter. I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports. I have a word from our sponsors at the end of this third quarter. Thank you again for tuning in tonight. Always like a regular flow of viewers. Never worry about numbers, just worry about consistency and people hanging with me, watching the whole game. Friends up in Ohio, get ready. It's going to get cold on Tuesday. Get your long-handled underwear out and get another pair just for safe. Out to Quinn. Quinn's going to try his three. Off the mark. They going to count it? No, she's waving it off. No basket. All right, here's a word from our sponsor. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Start of the fourth quarter here at Clayton State University. Last regular season home game for the Cardinals. They're up by 11, but not by much. It's definitely not been able to get away from them. They have stayed with it enough in shooting range. I always call it, you know, if you're within 10, it's a game. And nowadays, the ability for these players to shoot the Long ball, it just changes the whole concept. And I'd like to see us out of bounds. I'd like to see us spend more time getting that ball down in the lane to be able to get those points that are needed. I don't want to necessarily rely on it. Great job. And that's what I was talking about. They were listening to me. I always appreciate that. This is senior night here at Clayton State University. To acknowledge all the seniors, appreciate the effort. Out of bounds, 50-37, 13-point lead. Whitewater's 3-6 in the region. They're sitting right around the probably going to tag up against either McIntosh or Riverdale. I probably won't play Riverdale. Probably be McIntosh or Griffin in the first round of the tournament. What are we going to call here? Going to call a charge. Haven't seen one of those all night. Nice to see it now. A reminder, Whitewater is in the bonus. The next time, anytime they get fouled, they'll go to the line. We have 5 fouls in our favor, meaning Whitewater has 5. So there's a possibility we'll be going to the line here soon. And the clock is ticking. Steven's asking, do we know why they counted that basket? They waved it off, said it wasn't in. We have the ability to pull it back in instant replay and pay attention to the sights and sounds, but my clock might have been a little bit off from where they were, so I think that'd be the reason why they, at the end of the third quarter, that they did not call that shot. For those people that you were just joined us here in the fourth quarter, third quarter, we hit a last buzzer at the end of the buzzer shot, but I have to go back and watch to see if it released from his hands. Hard to tell. Ellerby trying his hand at a 3. Let's count it. 53-37, 16-point lead. 6 and some change remaining here. We are on a 9-game winning streak. I'd like to go ahead and kick it up to 10. 2 games remaining in this wonderful season of 2019. We have Griffin tomorrow night, and then we hang on there for a good, it feels like 7 days before we finish out our game on Friday at McIntosh High School. 7:30 tip-off. We will be live from McIntosh. 5:49 on the clock. Next foul will put us in the bonus. They're already dropping the bonus down there, stating that no matter what, everybody's in the bonus with this next foul in the first place. I hope you've enjoyed the graphics tonight. I always want to do more, just sometimes run out of my brain, not working together. Too much for me. Good dish. We didn't get the foul there. And they're going to spend more time shooting the 3. Same team, same team, same team. We got parents probably beginning to head to the door a little bit. Going to call a foul and go to the line to shoot 2. Mr. Walker. Mr. Walker took a kind of roughly about 4 or 5 games off of the first of the 2019 season once everything got started here in January. He had a strained ankle, was able to join us. If I'm not mistaken, this is his 4th game back. It's nice to have him back with us. His numbers are a little bit down from where he was last year, but I definitely like his energy level and the senior leadership that he gives. And call a quick foul. We'll go back and shoot free throws over here. 5:25 on the clock. 53-37. Mr. Walker missed both free throws. Kind of definitely want to make those free throws when you get the opportunity to. And when you talk about our overall free throw percentage, we're 65% right now for the season. If you'd have seen my brain, I didn't know necessarily what to press just then with everything going on. No, he touched all ball right there. Goodness gracious. We're just hanging out, enjoying fouls at this point, and go to the line to shoot 2. You know, with 5 minutes on the clock and everybody's in the bonus, we're going to be here for a minute or two, to say the least. (38-53). Another shot coming. Another shot, nothing but net. They're going to call a timeout, trying to gather their forces, see if they can make one last push here towards the end of the game. Overall, we're averaging roughly about 58 points a game. We shoot from about 43 points from the free throw, or 43% from the free throw line, which is a plus by itself. From a three-point perspective, we do pretty good from a three-point perspective as well. I'd like to see us do a little bit better. Let's see if we can get the three-point up there. That's the free throw line, and then there's our free throws. There's our three-point average. You know, our three-point average, we're averaging roughly about 33%. We have really one main three-point shooter. He's shot over 150 three-pointers this year, made roughly about 28% of those. And that's Quinn Thomas. 5:11 on the clock, 53-39 here, coming out of the timeout. Good eyes from Chris. Ball movement, count it. We keep pushing that lead back to 16, which is a plus here, especially since everybody's sitting in the bonus, but the crowd's staying around. It's the seniors' last night here. I wish they'd had the opportunity to play Jonesboro their senior year. But, hey, progression is progression. Construction is deep three. Count it. Somebody said, get over here, ball, and get in the goal. Goodness. Elderby up for the slam. He was trying for a slam but missed it. From an ups perspective, he just sometimes hard. At least they didn't call the foul. 44-55. Dakota with the basket. 57-44. Right at the halfway mark here in the fourth quarter. I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports, bringing you Jonesboro basketball, Clayton State University senior night here. A lot of fun. Getting ready for region tournament, Griffin High School. We get a little warm up tomorrow night, get to go play Griffin there. 7:30 tip-off, will not be streamed. Emmanuel out to Ellerby. Going to say he stepped on the line. 3:36 on the clock. As I look over at my cameraman to find out why the camera just shook like that. He's got one job, left to right, left to right. He's sitting here smiling at me. Everybody got seasick right there all of a sudden. Deshaun's going to go to the line to shoot. Misses it. And away we go. Going to call a foul on that. Goodness gracious. Makes it. Count it. 45-57. Like I said, they're a bad cold. They just won't go away. I don't know if there's enough NyQuil Sudafed to put down Whitewater at this point because they just keep hanging around. Gets the second one. Girls did the same thing. Whitewater girls were not. Jonesboro was in fairly comfortable lead, and then just foul after foul, and they went to the line and they kept playing that game. And next thing you know, it almost turned into the favor of the Lady Wildcats here tonight. But the Lady Cardinals were able to come out victorious, which is a plus. Lewis trying his hand at the second three for the night. 56-47, 11-point lead. It's going to get a little dicey here. Off the mark. I'd love for us just to slow it down if we could. We got Scandrick coming in the game, the other senior for the Cardinals. Hadn't had an opportunity to play just yet. Coach finally going to go ahead and pull the trigger, give him an opportunity, and even call timeout to make sure he gets in the game. Thank you again for joining us here tonight. I always appreciate our sponsors out there. Class of 2019. Still kind of wondering what's going to be the case. What's going to be the outcome of this team. We're undefeated on the road when it matters. We've only lost one home game all year. When we've played all these these tournaments and these neutral sites, we haven't done real well, but we've definitely played outside our capabilities, and we're definitely coming together as a team, which is a plus. Ball in play. Looking for his shot. Under 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the ball game. People are beginning to head for the exits. We'll be live back on Friday. Bryce all the way to the lane. Great job, Mr. Martin. Great job, 59-46. I'm appreciative that the Wildcats are not fouling. They're trying to play their game. They're going to call a foul. It felt like he walked about 7,000. I probably do not know what walking is because that's my famous line of all else fails, he walked, So I got to watch that. But a reminder, when you look at Jonesboro, 9-game winning streak, going to look like it might go to 10 here. We're 9th in the state in 5A ball. 1:58 on the clock. We have all the seniors in the game for the Cardinals. We have 33 Walker. We have 22 Scandrick, 12 Bryce. The only person that's not in the game right now is Manuel. Glad everybody could be with us tonight. Take care of yourselves this weekend. Hopefully we won't have any rain. Not too many football events are going on. It's going to get heated up here in Atlanta next week with the Super Bowl coming into town. 59-47 made both. And the clock is ticking. 11-point ball game. Gonna get fouled, and Mr. Scandrick could go to the line to shoot 2. I love that I was wondering, hey, was he going to get in and this? So I wasn't necessarily sure. So I was like, hey, if he gets in, I got to be able to bring his name up here. So let's bring his name up there. DeAndre misses the first one. Makes the second one. Clock is ticking. 49, or he makes both of them. Sorry about that. Out of bounds. Walker inbounds it. Deep shot to Dakota. Does a nice little pump fakes, be able to pop it in. He's our leading scorer for the season. Dakota's done a great job leading the Cardinals in this 10-game winning streak. The whole Cardinal team has done a great job. Deep three. Coach is still going to call a timeout. 52-61 here. We'll get this chance. We'll get a chance to talk about everybody. Let's see what we can do. Bring it up here real quick. The band's going to perform for us here. It says 32 because I didn't stop the clock. We got a minute 14. Not real bright. Deeps it over to Bryce. 64-51. Right under the 1 minute mark. Sorry, I was looking at the computer and realized my clock was still going. Deep three. He wanted to get the foul. They're going to call jump ball. 52 seconds on the clock. Ball in play. Under a minute here. 64-51. We're able to rebound it in. They love slapping that backboard right there. All right, well, we'll see you on Friday night, February 1st. See if they're able to get out of here. You're going to try another deep three. Count it. 10-point ball game. They're going to foul him. I jinxed us when I thought we could get ourselves out of here. Not going to happen. Not going to do it. Everybody else is going to head and get out. 21 seconds on the clock. I'll go to the line to shoot two. Now this free throw has been sponsored by da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I like that. Be able to throw that up there every time we go to the line for the free throws. That's not a bad idea. Always trying to think different ways to get our sponsors' names out there, getting a chance to watch it. Dakota go to the line to shoot. And the clock is ticking. Under 20 seconds remaining. Out of bounds. 64 or 66. 54. Roughly about 9 seconds remaining. Well, thank you, Clayton State, first of all, for having us over this time period. Hopefully able to see you in the state playoffs. But it's nice that they opened the door, allowed us to come over there and hang out and do some work. They're not going to call any foul. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's all she wrote. 10 victories in a row here for the Cardinals. Great job. Heading to Griffin tomorrow night and then heading to McIntosh next Friday. I'm Bowman Michael. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Look after each other. Until we meet again, good night.